Students of magic, masters of spells.
Forgive the intrusion, Your Grace. I am Sergeant Brom, Melsenshire Command. I have been sent to fetch you. Your presence has been requested by the Scholia Arcana. They mean to speak with you immediately. They said it was urgent. I didn't want to bother you, but... well, I've got my orders. Mages always have their reasons. I'm just the messenger. The old Fate Weaver? He's not in the city. He's been sent elsewhere on a mission. I don't know anything beyond that, but I have a feeling the Scholia Arcana will. I know what you did. We all do. And we're grateful. So many dead. This truly is an honor. Not my place to say, Your Grace. You'll have to take it up with the Viator. Come along.
City Watch, move along.
Good evening.
So, all the stories are true. I didn't dare believe it. You have done all of Amalur a great service, Faithless One. And I wish my coming here was under different circumstances. But the reality is that we face a new threat. One born of our recent victories. I am Ambith, a fellow Fate Weaver and citizen of Amalur. One who, I might add, is in your debt. And we in the Order are grateful, on behalf of ourselves and all those who will never know of your sacrifice. But actions have consequences, and your ability to reshape the weave has caused it terrible harm. I am Lord Ambith, leader of the Order of Fate Weavers. I have watched you from a distance with both dread and fascination. Tragically, your greatest feats, the defeat of Tirnoch and the restoration of Mel Senshir, have come at great cost. After taking so much damage, the tapestry of fate itself has begun to unravel. And now the whole of Amalur threatens to come undone. That is why I have summoned you. The Order has heard disturbing reports from the west, from the region of Mithros. Niskaru sightings. The gathering of a secret brotherhood. There is even talk of a new god rising. As if we needed another one. Your ability to control the threads of fate has begun a process that will end in destruction. Unless it is reversed. The Fate Weaver, Agarth Ulfric, was sent ahead to gather information, but he will need your help. You must go to Mithros. You must learn the truth, and you must save us all from a fate worse than death. That remains unclear, but the rumors are troubling. The name Telogris has been whispered in more than one instance. Telogris, god of chaos. Surely this is a mistake, but we must learn all we can. The old warrior has a long history with the mountain dwellers. They trust him. Most importantly, he was once an ally of the master weaponsmith Scald Atlas. She will be crucial to your mission. Yes, we did not believe it possible. Sadly, many things that were believed to be impossible have come to pass. There is not much time. If only that were true. We must proceed regardless. The cliff pass into Mithros has only recently reopened, and you will need to secure a permit to enter. Secrecy will be to your advantage, which is why we advise you not to reveal your true identity. Try not to attract attention, for once. Follow the settlers west, and learn what you can about the forces gathering there. Find Agarth if you can. It is true, I cannot see your fate, but I choose to place my faith in people not in their destined paths. May you make good choices. Not all Fate Weavers align themselves with the Order, and those in service of our enemies will know what we plan to do. You will be expected. Anonymity may be your greatest weapon. Mithros is a dangerous territory, plagued by bandits and rock slides. The Alpha Army has tried to staunch the flow of refugees by requiring permission to enter. Those who cross into the mountains do so at their own peril. Perhaps this is your chance to prove me wrong. Goodbye.
Amalur is always changing, and as every ballad ends, another one begins. A new thread in the tapestry of fate. This is one such story. It is the story of a young apprentice, his doting master, and a god who sought to reforge our world in chaos. In the snows of Mithros, a hero will be all that stands between order and ruin. For sometimes, fate is a burden, from which you are freed, or to which you are sworn. And sometimes, not even fate can keep the monsters at bay.
Good evening.
Welcome.
City Watch, move along.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
Excuse me, coming through.
What could I... No, can't be. I stand in the presence of greatness. If only my friends could see this. You're famous. They're making dolls of you. Did you know that? For the kiddies, I mean. Well, I have a few, just for me. Not in a strange way or anything. War's over. Most of us volunteers will be discharged to go home and help with the reconstruction. There's plenty to do, which means I'll need to figure out new ways to avoid work. Whole caravans of people heading into the mountains. I'm a little jealous, actually. All those new opportunities. Got something called snow out there. All white, cold, like water, but crunchier. It's wild! 5 years, right here. Didn't lift a sword. Didn't so much as raise my voice. Not much to write home about, I'm afraid. I made up plenty, though. Really juicy stuff. Now that I think of it, that may end up being a problem. Ah, the call of the West. Cold out there. You'll want to pack something warm. I've thought about going west myself. I hear it's a new frontier out there. Open land. Nobody telling you what to do, whom to fight. Most of us could use a fresh start after all this fighting. I'd love to see the mountains. Maybe search for the lost city of Crownhold. Well, here you go. 1 Mithros permit. Now, don't go selling that on the black market. Honestly, don't. I'll get sacked. It's been changing. Ever since the Tuatha fell. Weapon masters think it's only a matter of time before it loses its magic altogether. Too bad it couldn't have happened sooner, like 10 years ago. I'll be here.
Siegebreaker, it's an honor.
Hello. Private Sterling. Alpha Army. Mountain Brigade. State your business. The old Fate Weaver? He came through here not long ago. You might catch up to him, if you don't run into trouble. Try the tent camp, Revival, or Gale Crossing. That's a village a few miles past the Gap. They don't see a whole lot of new faces since the closure of Sativa Road. They notice strangers. My sister fought under General Tolera on the day of the Pale Swans. She died alone in Cluricon. The day after we received Bindi's death notice, I made the journey to Dyden Hill and enlisted. That was 10 years ago. For generations, merchants moved spices and magical regions through the mountains along a single route. It's the only link between Alferia and the Almir Valley within 1,000 miles. A terrible avalanche buried the entrance just before the war. We've been working for years to clear it out. They're a peaceful crowd, for the most part, stick to themselves. I've seen rowdier priests. It's the followers of Telogris that worry me. They look like the others, farmers, craftsmen, veterans, but they have a hunger, like men on the brink of starvation. They seek something in those mountains, some purpose, after all the madness. Whoever this Telogris turns out to be, I hope he wields his power carefully. They say he's building a safe haven for those who wish to begin again, away from the strife, misery, and hardship of the world. Why would such a person name himself after the god of chaos? Well, you've come to the right place. Do you have the proper paperwork? Ah, that's it. Thank you very much. Let's take a look. Everything seems to be in order. You certainly pack light for a settler, not like the rest of these poor souls. You'll be fine so long as you have a weapon. One last thing. I'll need a name for the border records. Refugees, migrants, settlers. We've got a mix of everything. But they've all got one thing in common. Hope. I hear a lot, and folks are saying there's opportunity for a new start in Mithros, somewhere out in those mountains. I might even head out west when I'm done with my service. Start over. Where do I start? First of all, you've got plenty of wild beasties lurking in the cliffs. Wolves, cliff barghests, you name it. And we've seen a noticeable rise in Niskaru sightings, if you can believe that. Maybe it's everything going on out east, or something new, but you can't take a stroll without stumbling over a chaos monster. All right, go on. I'll put you down as unknown. No need to waste my time.
Don't steal my spot.
Yes? May I help you? Hold on. Give me one moment. It's this damn border manifest. Doesn't add up. I told Private Lloyd how to do it, but that fool is more interested in impressing these young farmers' daughters than he is in his job. Damn it all. I missed someone. A settler on the manifest. One of the folks who came through the checkpoint. If my superiors found out, I'd be sacked. No question. Ever since they opened the pass, we've needed to monitor every person coming and going from the region, in case of spies. But someone got through. I just don't know how. Maybe a stolen ticket. Truly, only if you mean it. It's just that, well, I can't leave the checkpoint, but I need to check some of the names of the manifest. If you're willing to lend a hand, I could probably spare some supplies. Or maybe an extra piece of equipment. But if I find out the intruder is you, well, there'll be hell to pay. For both of us. Goodbye.
there.
An outrage, I tell you! These lazy soldiers and sellswords are a disgrace! Good person, if you own anything of value that you wish to retain in these lawless lands, I suggest you heed it carefully. Lord Godric Payne has spoken! Nothing comes close in value. They are the ultimate symbol of freedom and importance. Many in Mithros sneak through the borders without permission, but they live in constant fear of getting caught and jailed. Pickpocket and a charlatan, the worst of the worst. I'm almost positive that he infiltrated this checkpoint using nefarious methods. We spoke yesterday at the canteen, and from that moment forward, I've been unable to locate my border permit. You are speaking with Lord Godric Payne, patron of House Payne, honorary warden of the Lunar Gardens. My associates assured me that an exploration of Mithros and its reopened trade routes was a wise investment. But I'm beginning to think they played a cruel joke on me. Of course, I've heard the rumors, but I have yet to see any proof of Niskaru. You'll find these peasants a gullible lot. Layabouts and dreamers, every one of them. To think I had to deal with their lowly kind back in Rathir. Watch that gnome Effie. She's got a covetous glare. And that caravan leader Burns. I don't like the look of him. Why, only the most important item any man or woman in Mithros can possess, an Alfar border permit. Without it, we are not granted the right to leave this cold, colorless wasteland. One becomes stuck, stranded, abandoned. It is that villain Dolan Hardy. I watched him snatch it from my belongings like a common brigand. Lazy, unrefined, thieving. Lord Godric Payne has spoken. Off you go.
Hello. You again. We new arrivals have to stick together. What do you say? I had a very successful practice in Edessa, consulting on dispelling cases with the Praetorian garrison, sometimes even the Scholia Arcana. At the time, I felt like I could do anything. Now I'm realizing how wrong I was. I knew men like him in Edessa. Cruel, clutching, cowering sycophants, all of them. They wield their titles like clubs. I'd hoped to be free of such duplicity out here in the mountains. Apparently, not even the wilderness is safe from their snivelling. I was hesitant to come. It's not easy to pick up your whole life and relocate to a mysterious part of the world. When I heard about Telogris and his chaos cults, I almost cancelled my plans. Instead, I soldiered on. Stolen permit? What stolen permit? Are you mad? I bought this pass back in Didenhill from the Alfar militia. Is that snooty highborn telling people I stole his permit? What a coward! I did nothing of the kind. Goodbye.
The miracle worker returns. Of all these fruitless louts, I had hopes for you, my friend. Lord Godric Payne always recognizes when he's in the presence of talent. May Mitharu bless you. The border permit is back in the right hands. Bye.
Welcome to the West Road.
Going to Mithras?
You've returned. Bravo. Have I got news for you? Look, an updated manifest. It just arrived from that shirker, Private Lloyd. He paused his flirtations long enough to do a bit of work. Now let's see. Recent arrivals. Okay, here we have it. Approved permits. Colette, check. Thorn, check. And Hardy, check. Uh-oh, I don't see Godric Payne on here anywhere. Goodbye.
Stay out of trouble.
Do you have a permit? Finally, the road is clear. Hope I didn't disturb you. I can't help but sing to keep my spirits up. You can call me Colette. Maybe you've heard of me? Not likely. My voice hasn't been heard outside of Issa, though I'm working to change that. Every artist needs her signature sound and style. It took me ages to discover mine, but I think it'll capture the heart of the public. Mitharan folk music, with traditional sounds of the Mithros region. Once I gather an ensemble, I'll be ready to plan a tour. The vistas are breathtaking, inspiring. I'd never seen snow before, so imagine my shock when the clouds began to fall. I would feel much more at ease if not for the Telogris stories coming out of the west. I've had enough of new gods. Yes, it has always been a dream of mine to form an elite group of musicians and perform on the great stages of Amalur. This will be the first step toward that goal, a short tour of these beautiful mountains with other artists by my side. Sadly, I'm currently a solo act, and I would need performers to join me. Truly? You would do that for me? To be true, creating a live experience of Mitharan music would benefit everyone. Before I make any other plans, I must find like spirits, those who follow the musical muse as I do. I know of a flute player elsewhere in camp, though we have never met. I believe her name is Adelena. Stay happy!
What are you lurking around for? Not keen on strangers. I'm a bit of a follower. I spent time with Balin's testament, but I got over it. Came to Mithros with Augur and his flock of loons. They're intense, those Chaos folks. Something about their overconfidence appeals to me. He is somewhere here in Mithros, the self-proclaimed prophet of a chaos cult, but he's mostly a cad, a pig. He had a vision where the god of chaos told him to take many wives. Once I heard that, I made tracks. I spent several weeks with a man who left me to join the preordained. He was a creep. I'm fine with him becoming a fanatic. I'm traveling with Don Burns. He's a character, but I like my friends with personality. Members of his caravan tend to stick to themselves. We've all got baggage. Now, who told you that? Damn gossips. This caravan is ridiculous with chatter. I play flute, sure, but not since it was stolen. Bandits. They've been snatching our supplies for days now. Our wagons are stuck here like sitting ducks. Bandits just swoop down and pluck what they want. Not sure who they are. Red Legion, Freeman, preordained, I don't care. So long as they don't harm us. See you around.
Nan lay atop the woodpile, grey as a day-old fish. And old Harlan set her ablaze, the last echo of our leaving. Said farewell, kissed the earth, the last echo of our leaving.
Stay out of trouble.
What's your permit?
Hey. Hell, you found it. I was convinced those bandits would butcher you. I guess I owe you a few tunes. Just tell me where your friend is staying and I'll pay her a visit. See you around. Out of my way.
You're new to the caravan, so why are you here? Everybody's here for a reason. Men and women are disappearing. Some from here, some from the temporary camps up ahead. Nobody knows why, but so far the Warsworn haven't done squat. I am Sero. I have toured Amalur extensively for many years. My ballads and instrumentals are known throughout the kingdoms. No autographs, please. My work is experimental. I don't play for the people. I play for myself. At the moment, I don't play for anybody. Broke my damn lute. I'd go out and cut some wood, but I don't dare risk these magic hands. Okay.
Out of my way.
Welcome to hell.
Hello there. I've heard strange shambling at night. The dragging of feet. Hello, stay in your tent after dark.
Oh, maybe this whole journey was a bad idea. I suppose it's too late to turn back now. Off you go.
Out Out of my way.
You actually found it. Should I be concerned that wood is stolen? Are the Warsworn close behind you? Well done! You are someone who can deliver, which is more than I can say for most of these goons. I'll play with your friend, but I may not like it. Okay.
Behave.
Welcome to the Westworld. What a gift. I couldn't have asked for better collaborators. And honestly, I can't believe you convinced Cero to join us. He's famously private, a true virtuoso. Thank you. I expect to see you at our performances. You're our biggest fan. I was born in Canarok, but I ran away when I was very young. My mother was quite oppressive, and I had no stomach for spiders. I spent most of the Crystal War in Feldtown, in the Gardens of Issa. Yes, it does exist. If ever you're given the opportunity to visit, take it. Being from Canarok, I'm used to small towns. Still, I don't like creepy stories, and this place has a few of them. That wouldn't be an issue if I trusted the warden. But the one here in Gale Crossing doesn't inspire confidence. Little is known of the great Matharan culture, as they've supposedly kept hidden for centuries. However, we've discovered that their language and music is based on the tonal qualities of the Arathi light speech. Goodbye.
Hey.
Welcome to the Westworld.
Oh, maybe this whole... journey was a bad idea. Off you...
can I do for you?
Oh, hello. I hadn't expected to see you again. Not so soon. You must be wondering why I departed the caravan in such a hurry. Well, I have a good explanation. A very good explanation. You question Lord Godric Payne? I am the Warden of the Lunar Gardens, not some ragged refugee begging for crumbs. I admit nothing, because I have done nothing wrong. I would like to see you prove the contrary. Well, perhaps you are right. Criminality does not suit Godric Payne. Every day I wake to the fear of being discovered. You may take the stolen permit, but tell no one what I have done or where to find me. Off you go!
What's your permit?
You took my border permit! Unbelievable! And to think I saw you as another idealist like me. Everybody's a cynic, even in Mithros. I'll take that, thank you. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt since you brought my permit back. But no more tricks! Goodbye.
Get in line.
All we want is to get through the...
Private Sterling.
I just received news of the border permit. Let me be the first to thank you. My superiors have been breathing down my neck about the black market for documents and about permit piracy. This helps. I'm sorry you had to work so hard to find it. Bye.
Items from all over Amalur. I'm sure there's something you can use. It's not what it used to be, but the trade is good.
Hello, hi, yeah, do you have a few moments? I'm looking for someone. Anyone, frankly. We seem to be in a bit of trouble. Our caravan has been attacked, you see, and we're searching for an extra hand. Preferably that hand would be holding a sword, or a hammer. A bow is fine too. We're not picky, really. These old chasm passes have been closed to traffic for years, ever since the war, when the Tuatha caused the avalanches. But life goes on and trade resumes, and here we are bringing trade back to one of the most ancient of trade routes. That mess of tents is practically its own village, has a mayor, a warden, and even its own insane prophet. The longer they keep the gates shut, the bigger revival will become. The mountains are a dangerous place. Look at the caravan attack. Everyone should have protection if they can afford it. I was lucky enough to find these two pledge shields. What with the Niskaru attacks, good mercenaries are hard to come by. Ambush. Not sure of much else. Pledge shield Bolton was the only passenger, and we haven't seen her since it happened. It's as though the attackers knew those wagons carried our supplies, food, clothes, tents, weapons. Most of it was ours, but we carried a whole load of goods for the revival camp ahead. They desperately need that cargo. Listen, we have one more pledge shield with us, Oscar Grunberg, but he needs to stay behind to guard the rest of the wagons. Would you be willing to investigate the scene of the attack? I'd split a share of the spoils with you. Thank Lyria. I'll be ruined if I lose... if we lose those supplies. This will work perfectly. Pledgeshield Grunberg will stay here to watch over the remaining settlers and their wagons. Meanwhile, you can descend the canyon and check to see if there's anything we can salvage. And hopefully we'll learn what happened to Pledgeshield Bolton. Keep safe.
Hey, stranger.
My first day on the line, Captain ordered me and Proudhome to scout the ridge, to search for Tuatha. No Tuatha, not that I could see. But mountains. Mountains as far as sundown. Proudhome grinned through the mist. "Welcome to the West Road," he said, his gold tooth glinting.
Aren't you a welcome sight? I thought I was a goner. Did Grunberg send you? I owe him 10 coin. Bastard was right. Kobolds. There's a nest of the angry buggers back in the mountainside. Somebody needs to see to it, or there'll be more blood. If you're willing to patch me up, I could tag along. I promise I won't slow you down too much. I'll be here.
Motus report. Entry 41B. Scholar Cruikshank reporting. Put this on the top of your pile, Fomorus. Expedited. Fold down the topmost corner. You don't want to lose it. You were right. The veil is thinning here, worn down to barely an onion skin. Reality is all but threadbare. Send workers immediately. Scribes and engineers. There is much to be done.
Yeah?
Master Burns is going to be very happy that we managed to locate his stolen supplies. He's very particular. Master Burns told us they were food and medicine for the refugees of the camp up ahead, but I have my doubts. I saw a lot of crates when I was down in that kobold hole, and they were weapons, not food or medicine. Stories say it's an Almain city, or the ancestors of the Almain, the Mitharans. Maybe the stories are true, maybe not. I've never been to the city before, so I'm hoping to see something grand. Now, he's smart, that's for certain. Smarter than me. Unlike a lot of these settlers, he seems to have a plan, to have it all worked out. I wouldn't be surprised if he was running the place by the time we reach Crownhold. I joined the Fatesworn only a week ago. Can you believe it? The candles on my birthday cake were still smoking when I hurried to the local tavern to enlist. Bye!
had a feeling about you. You had the bright glow of opportunity. Here's the payment I promised. Now that I've got my supplies back, I can sell them to the highest bidder. Oh, did I say they were for the refugee camp? Oh, my mistake. No, I plan to sell those goods to desperate refugees at ridiculously high prices. I'll make a fortune. All thanks to you. Bye-bye.
Need something?
Hi.
Dear Parker, another day, another disappointment. I spent days here in the camps, languishing, waiting for the Chaos King to bring us through to his promised land. Disease, hunger, crime. It's almost as if I brought the Phalans with me. You were right. It pains me to say it, but you were right. This was a mistake. Love, Peter.
Welcome to hell.
Hold up, friend. Whoa! Hello there. Slow down. I'm harmless, I assure you. The name's Jansen, Rota Jansen. I lead this caravan. Just a group of travelers heading west looking for new opportunities. You look like a person who knows their way around a weapon, considering all the ones you've got strapped to your back. There's been an incident, and I need somebody with your expertise. The Fatesworn aren't interested. They've got their own demons to chase. How about it? You interested in solving a murder? I'd make it pay. 4 members of our party. Harmless folks. A group of us went down to the river to wash, and something came out of the shadows. Whatever it was attacked Timur and the others. As the rest of us, well, we fled. Like cowards. Their bodies remain where they fell. Not much, I'm afraid. I didn't recognize the creatures, meaning they didn't seem like woodland beasts or wild fae. My first instinct was that we'd been attacked by one of the other caravans, but I'm not sure anymore. Thank you. You have my heartfelt gratitude. It's difficult out here on our own with no village warden to protect us. I'm ashamed to say we haven't moved the bodies of our dead yet. They're still where we left them along the river. Goodbye.
Be watchful. A gang of bandits called the Vagabonds prowls these mountains. Welcome to the West Road.
No Durek pass beneath these gates. Come, mortal men, arrive, awake. Mitharu bless the mighty worlds, where order reigns and chaos. Scripture the gates.
A device? I wouldn't know anything about that. Effie's a gnome. Used to be an artificer for some of the scholars in Odessa. She might know something. Is that an appropriate thing to say? Perhaps, I don't know. So far, no surprises. Of course, I haven't seen much of it yet. Colder than what I'm used to, that's for certain. They say passage through the mountains is blocked farther up the road, that people are being barred entry. Not sure what that's about, but word is that a refugee camp has sprung up. Revival. Are you talking about the attacks? Sure. They're on the rise, no doubt about that. They tend to lurk up in the crags, out of the way of people. But sometimes they come looking for food. All I know are the rumors from folks heading east, back the way we came. Apparently, Revival is its own little community. A tent city of traders, travelers, pilgrims and settlers. I was raised by a grandmother who filled my head with stories. Ancient Mitharans, the lost city of Crownhold. With everything happening in the Feylands, I figured this was my chance to head west, to see if any of the stories were true. They're my ancestors, the legendary forebears of the Almain people. Their land lies in the Almair Valley, far to the west beyond the mountains. Some say that one of the early Mitharan tribes got lost in these canyons, built a city to rival Alfaria's own. Goodbye.
Welcome to the West Road.
Need something? How can I help? Everything okay in the camp? The Warsworn are here to assist you. What was in the wagons? Oh, I don't know. The usual goods, I think. Don won't say much about the cargo, only that we should keep our nose out of his business and do our jobs. So that's what I do. I'd be out there myself if I could. These mountains hold opportunity for anyone who has the bravery to seek it. Maybe I'll start a homestead of my own once I've stashed away enough coin. I've not seen anything like that, but I'll certainly check. Sounds like the work of a necromancer. I have noticed some odd lights and sounds coming from the abandoned house down the road, but I've got more pressing concerns. Carry on. Sounds like a close one. Watch yourself.
I assume you've come to intervene on behalf of the settlers. I bear them no ill will, but they are of better use to all of us as test subjects. I didn't intend to continue the well's research. I entered Mithros to start again, to leave the sins of my past behind. But fate intervened, as it often does. And I found myself here once again. So I resumed my work on the recently dead, and subjects are required. This facility is one of a handful of proto-wells built by Professor Hughes. They were the testing ground for his experiments. I was stationed here for several years, working on my necrocrystals. But the professor had me transferred to Alistar Tower. And now, here you are again. The subject returned to the lab for further examination. Of course. I am proud of the breakthroughs we made in this laboratory. The necrocrystal has the potential to change the nature of mortality. My work will dwarf the flawed discoveries of Hughes. What does he have to show for his effort? A reanimated corpse with delusions of grandeur? Its design and theory will perplex you. So think of it as a small, portable revivifier. A well of souls for use on the field of battle. War is eternal. Why not capitalize on its horrors? Science wins. And I win. Perhaps. But you would best serve me on a dissection table. And that is where I intend to put you. If my suspicions are correct, you are the fateless one, and so much more useful to me as a specimen, Oh, what could have been?
Need something?
Stay out of trouble.
Welcome to Revival.
It has been mere hours since the pass was cleared and the soldiers retreated. But already the hopeful crowd near the gates, praying for deliverance. If what I believe comes to pass, none of these wretches will survive the week. They call it revival. It is anything but. Preordained activity has increased tenfold. They are brash and overconfident, but their ranks swell with the disenchanted. More will come, and with them our chances to act will diminish. It is...
The freehold is forbidden to those without authorization.
Watch your step. You've got to keep an eye on these trees. They'll grab you. And if it's not the trees, it's the shrubs, prickly bastards. Can't be too careful. That's why I'm going to burn this whole grove to the ground. The gates into the Mitharan homeland have been closed and locked for months now. Ever since the reopening of the mountain pass, the resulting damage to the hills and forests has been devastating. I am an apprentice in the Tree in the Branches, the great druid council that spans Amalur's many kingdoms. The reopening of Mithros is a momentous occasion, and we have sent druids to areas across the region. No one living here expected to make this wasted valley a home. But we all make do with what we're given. It is good that the Fatesworn have arrived. Lawlessness was becoming a problem. Little is known about the Undying in these lands. Books in Odessa contain glancing references to exotic ice beasts, and the Niskaru are known to run rampant in the canyons. There is much for a druid to learn. The curse, of course. Didn't you notice my attire? I'm a druid. This is what I do. I'm a professional. I was just passing through, from Dalentarth to Edavale, when I heard about the disappearances in the grove. Sounds like a wild fae problem to me. They hate it when mortals tread too far into their natural spaces, and they fight back. Someone has to do something. I'm thinking fire. For decades, this mountain pass lay blocked and empty. Now it's overrun with settlers cutting down trees, picking fruit, tipping the balance. One day they'd had enough. One curse is all it takes. Now the grove is cutting down people instead of the other way round. You and me both. But don't tell the other druids that. You must burn the offending flora to the root. The curse will vanish only with the utter destruction of the host. I doubt we can rescue those whom the possessed plants devoured. But we can prevent further tragedies. It's up to you now. Burn it with fire. You weren't joking. You do enjoy fire. A little too much, if you ask me. I could see the smoke from here. Regardless of how it looks, you've done a good thing. Cursed flora ends up as a problem for everyone, especially troublesome mortals. We can all breathe a little easier. I'm going to linger here for a while, make sure the solution takes. Thanks again, Fireball. That's my name for you now. You have my respect.
Okay, don't hurt me. I'm only minding my own business. You're the one who talked to me, remember? Sorry, I'm a little twitchy. Time in Revival hasn't exactly been encouraging. So what if I love talking about the hero of Melsenshire, or the Fateless One, as some people prefer? That's no reason to pick on me. I was a shy boy in my youth, sleeping among the lambs in the pen, thrilling to stories of the great heroes of Amalur. When I heard of the Fateless One's quests across the world, I was inspired to embark on a quest of my own. It is better than traveling alone, of that I am sure. But every community tends to create its own classes, and I am one of the lowest class in Revival. Just some creeps who are frustrated with our lack of progress. They can't get past the gates, so they take out their anger on me. It's not fair, but what can I do? I'm a rancher, not a soldier. I raise sheep. My closest friends are rabbits and chickens. I bet nobody bothers you. Too big, too imposing. If only I had your muscle, or the hero of Melson Shear. If only that were true. They'd have no choice but to leave me alone. You're a funny one. I didn't expect jokes, but I appreciate the attempt at humor. But let's be serious. If you're willing to confront these bullies, it would change everything. Dink probably wouldn't even want to fight. He's a braggart, but a coward at heart. You wouldn't need to hurt anybody. No weapons even. All that's needed is for these bullies to see that I'm not alone, that they can't simply terrorize anybody they want. If we don't stop them now, who will they come after next? The first one you should talk to is Dink. He's a disgraced soldier who gets off on pestering people like me. You've got this!
Telogris will give everyone a chance.
We haven't met. I'm Boldo Bergman. It's nice to see a new face in camp, though I'd be remiss if I didn't warn you. Revival's wonderful, but we have our fair share of trouble. Most recently, a series of kidnappings, including my daughter Heidi. I'm a representative for the families of the taken. I speak for those who've been affected by the abductions. I'm not a wealthy man or a man of any importance. I ran a small import business in the village of Didenhill before uprooting for Mithros. Everything changed when my daughter was taken. My whole life has been consumed with bringing her home. She was a high-ranking politician in Odessa, a legend, but, well, running a refugee camp isn't quite as straightforward. A camp like Revival is shot through with scoundrels, thieves, and drunkards. Nobody, not even Finola, can control them all. On the surface, it's a friendly, bustling community, but a darkness lurks beneath. It's not what it seems. Mayor Flanagan does her best to keep everything organized, but she's only one woman. We don't know. The preordained prey on the zeal of their recruits. They don't need to kidnap them. And we don't see much of the Red Legion of the Freemen this far west. As far as we know, it could be anyone. Most of us are merchants, craftsmen, or farmers. We don't have the skills for a posse, and the Warsworn are stretched too thin. We don't know what to do next. Very few. But all the missing settlers had one thing in common. They went searching for firewood in northwestern forests. It's a treacherous area, dense, rocky ground, some caves. Watch your step and keep your eyes open. Interesting. I've been wondering whether they're bringing a hired sword. I assumed the Fatesworn would be interested in the extra coin, but they have their hands full with the Niskaru. If you're willing, we'd gladly take you up on the offer. We can't offer much, but we'll do our best to make it worth your while. Almost all the abductions took place in the north of camp, near the western woods. Goodbye, my friend. Stay out of trouble.
Can you believe this guy? I've seen a lot of false prophets in my time, but this one's in a class of his own. Calls himself Augur. He preaches freedom from fate, devotion to Telogris, as if chaos will make any of our lives better. I have a feeling it's an act. I've got a sense for these sorts of things. I'm one of the only Fatesworn in this expedition who actually comes from Mithros. I wanted to do my part to keep the region safe. But it's gonna be tough with all the troubled souls moving in through the pass, bringing their baggage with them. It was a good place until Augur and his fanatics came. They deny that they're preordained, but I don't see much difference. Watch yourself around their part of camp. They'll try to pull you into their unique kind of madness. Ever since he and his brood arrived in camp, they've been stirring up trouble. Nothing criminal, but a hair's breadth from it. What else can you expect from chaos worshippers? They see themselves as resistance fighters, rebels against predestination. But I'm worried there's more to it, at least with Augur and his deputies. They like having all this power. Predictably, he won't say much about his past. We did our best to run down some leads, but they turned up nothing. He preaches chaos hope, but I think he's a common crook under all that bluster. Most prophets usually are. The people here love him, though. He promises to cut them free from the hardship they've known all their lives. What's not to like about that? I'm smart enough to take help where I can get it. The war taught me that. Talk to Katerina Hoffman over at the camp warehouse. She's the quartermaster, and she's had a lot of trouble lately. Tell her Kirby sent you, and she'll know you're trustworthy. Watch for trouble.
Nice to see you.
Can it be? Is it you? I am no fate weaver, but I have seen you in my dreams. You are the fateless one, are you not? As I said, I have seen you in dreams, visions. You search for me, call me by name. You and I will plot a shared path together. And your description matches that of the legendary hero of Mel Senshir. Everyone has heard the stories. I knew it. From the moment I saw you enter Revival, I knew you had come for me. You must be here for Telogris, to purge Mithros of his fantasies of unrest. This is good. It is time. Start with Augur, this camp's resident prophet. He styles himself as Telogris' herald, but he is a little more than a charlatan and a crook. His small group of followers terrorized the other refugees, relying on theft and coercion for control. Just yesterday, they stole one of my most prized possessions. A family heirloom, held in trust for generations. I need someone brave to recover it for me. Someone who knows how to punish the unworthy. That will change. You have been too long without a fate of your own. You have forgotten that, despite what people will tell you, there is only one leader in Revival. Augur. He feeds off the instability and fear of our people. He wields the name of Telogris in pursuit of power, riches, and devotion. But he is not one of the preordained. Beware the false prophet and his minions. I have lived all my life in the Feylands, but my family fell apart during the Crystal War. My brother Helic joined the Warsworn, and I have not seen his gentle face in years. Even my parents' old gods were of little comfort. The world changed around us, yet no one seemed prepared for it. I came west to find my purpose, much as you did. The Chaos cult passes through our midst occasionally, but they do not linger. They care nothing for our people, no matter what Augur claims. From what I have heard, the preordained have a single task: to abduct and terrorize their enemies. For several weeks now, these kind people have filled the role of surrogate family. All of us wish for a new start, far from Fey conflicts. But we have stumbled into new conflicts. Chaos and order. Telogris seems to feed on our desire for peace. Revival is not a utopia, but most of its people look out for one another. He is a false god if ever there was one. I have seen him with my own eyes. Just a man, an ordinary man. Do not heed the fiction. Come back. Please. Augur and his people must. No one wishes to help me, and I am unable to help myself, as I knew it would. It is a simple request far below your typical tasks, but it is of dramatic importance. For this is how we meet, and we must meet before we can join and set out to change the world. I suspect that Augur's chief scoundrel, Tuvan, is responsible for my missing necklace. He was struck by its bright gemstone.
This place is such a dump. If I were in charge, Revival would be a paradise, not this wasteland. Up until the Fateless One showed up, our side didn't have a chance. The Tuatha would have pushed us back into the sea eventually. My time on those walls will haunt me for the rest of my days. No matter how far I run, I can't escape it. I'm here in Mithros because, well, why not? The Alfar military booted me from the ranks after Melsin Shear, and now I'm on my own. Call me a coward, but it's not like I'm the only soldier who ran at the sight of the Baelor. Is this a joke? Did Hugo Bucks really send you to threaten me? I can't take it. That little weasel is begging for a beating. What a little boil. Lucky for him, he's not here, but you are, and I'll gladly give you the thrashing meant for him. Yeah, right. We'll see. Try to land one on me, bruiser. Prepare to kiss the dirt. Buzz off. Over there!
What are you skulking about for? We don't like strangers sniffing around the Prophet. Quit being nosy, or you'll lose the one you got. One swipe of the dagger. He took me in and gave me a job, something to live for. He's more than just a man. He's a leader, a seer. Telogris uses the Prophet to warn us of the dark times ahead, and to bring those searching for freedom into the fold. We've all ended up here on a journey to find something better. I found it for myself, and hopefully the Prophet can help others find it too. My past isn't worth mentioning. Rotten family, hardship, war. I'm done with all that. I'm important now. I've got influence. So don't cross me. Whatever.
Telogris is coming.
Like this now?
I can't believe what you did. Everyone in Revival is talking about it. You should see to Logan Darrow next. She's given me more bruises than all 5 of my brothers combined. Careful, though. She's usually drunk, and that makes her mean. You've got this!
Telogris will give everyone a chance.
Someday you'll pay. Or they'll pay. The Scholia Arcana will pay. You mark my words. Justice is coming. I was once a promising spellcaster. I had prospects. I even passed the first few trials to join the Scholia Arcana. But then I went to a Fate Weaver. She told me it wasn't my destiny to become a great sorcerer, and I believed her. Charlatans. Liars. I even saw one pass through here not too long ago. Scruffy old coot. Almost as drunk as me. Agarth was his name, and a more pitiful creature I've never seen. Hugo Box? Are you really threatening me over that trembling turd? Let's go. Let's fight. But I'll have you know that I was once a great mage in the Scholia Arcana.
Leave me alone.
We've got trouble. Let's go.
Are you stuck here too?
Poor Hugo Bucks. He can't
Regardless
catch a
of what the
break.
Warsworn say.
You're amazing. How have you not become a legend by now? Logan dropped like a ton of bricks. This last one will be the biggest challenge. Pledge Shield McGowan. He's a Warsworn fighter who uses his power for coercion. But he won't be able to hide behind his faction anymore. You can do it!
Help! Thank the gods. I trusted in Lyria, and she has delivered me. My name is Maisie Calhoun. I've been missing for weeks, moved from place to place by these kidnappers. They snatch us from our tents and keep us captive until the auctions. Then they sell us as labourers to the highest bidder. Farewell.
Vagabonds demand tribute. bones to Bandit Street.
How long will we be stuck at the gates, waiting?
Staying out of trouble?
It's good to see you again. I owe you so much. I still can't sleep, troubled by nightmares of my time in the cages. If only I'd had my ring. None of this ever would have happened. Maisie's luck never failed me. I'm a junker by trade, but I've been known to apprentice novice merchants from time to time. Settlers in these parts have a need for an honest trader. and I'm eager to pass along my expertise. My family arrived with the first group of settlers. My parents, my brother Dumbert. We had our futures all planned out. We trusted Finola with our lives, our property, our safety. And to think, she played us all for fools. Oh, well, it may sound silly to you, but I've always worn a ring given to me by my grandmother. Maisie's Luck. That's what she called it. Everyone in the village claimed she was a witch, but I never put much thought to it. Still, the ring did seem to bring me good fortune. I lost it when the kidnappers took me. I flung it from the cage, hoping someone would happen upon it and find me. Little good it did. You wouldn't think of it to look at me, but I was once a woman of status. My family has done well for itself. Influential, rich. If you manage to locate Maisie's Luck, I will reward you well. You have my word. That would be lovely, but I have no expectations. Chaos reigns in Mithros, and all of Amalur for that matter. Kidnappers, preordained, Niskaru. It's almost too much to bear. Farewell. Confident? Were you able to locate the ring? Maisie's Luck could make all the difference between fortune and despair. What a wonderful surprise! May I have it? Oh, this is a momentous day. It is a sign that the future holds hope for me yet. Thank you. I was saving some of my family's wealth for when I settled, but your honesty deserves recompense. I didn't dare hope that it was truly an enchanted ring. Then all my good fortune could be attributed to magic, not me. But some truths cannot be denied. My grandmother must have wanted the best for me, casting a luck charm without my knowledge. Farewell.
I heard Rota Jensen's coming.
Like this snow?
Olga can be trusted. Hello again. How has your journey been progressing? I didn't expect to see you back in Revival so soon.
I wasted a lifetime as a scholar in the Odessa Livrarium. What I should have been doing is living and learning among the people. I gave this place its name. Once it looked like we would be here a while, I knew we needed organization and leadership. I stepped in. I hired them, but everyone foots the bill. We need them. Between the Niskaru and the Preordained, our people are scared. The kidnapping ring? I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. We've had a few settlers go missing these last few months, but I'm sure it's a case of people wandering off. Accidents. You don't honestly believe I would harm my own people, do you? So you found one of the invitations, did you? Fine. I'll give you the truth. What did you expect? That I give up everything? Work tirelessly for days and nights, fixing the lives of these ungrateful idiots, and get nothing for it? I am kind, but I am no fool. If these people can't watch their children closely enough, then they deserve what happens to them. But I am not fully to blame. There is another. If you really must know, I was solicited by a noble woman in Crownhold. Philomena Goodchild. She is a high-born patron of some standing, but some of it comes from standing on the backs of others. I am but a link in a chain. Please do not hurt me. Killing me will not end the cycle.
These lands can be dangerous. Believe me. If you're willing to part with some coin, I could act as your personal bodyguard. I've been a member of the Fatesworn for years, and I've never shirked from duty. We protect those who cannot protect themselves. The Niskaru brought many of us to Mithros. Their numbers seem to be growing, but we don't know why. We are not soldiers. We do not serve the public good or protect a kingdom or government. We fight for coin, and we fight for ourselves. Who is telling me to do it? You or Box, that sniveling toad? I'm Fatesworn. I'm respected in this camp. People look up to me, and nobody orders me around. Looks like I'll need to give you a lesson in manners. We've got trouble! Bring it on! Can I help?
Nice to see you.
My friend and champion, how may I ever repay you? No one in Revival shall dare torment me now. What did I ever see in the hero of Melsenshire? Amateur heroics compared to you. It's true, I have a new idol now. In fact, your trouncing of Private McGowan was so complete that the Fatesworn officer in charge wishes to speak with you. Once again, you have my thanks. Thanks again.
you doing back already? I ordered every Oathblade to search for corpses along the ridge. We've been finding pieces as far as the plateau. Do you want to be stripped of your stipend and sent packing? If not, you'd better quit with the shirking and rejoin your troop. The settlers from last night. You know the ones. Disappeared after dark. Found strewn across the cliffs this morning. Not exactly what you want to wake up to, am I right? Oh, damn. By the light of Mitharu, you're right. I must be getting dense in my old age. My apologies. I've got a host of hired swords running around spooked. We've had a bit of trouble lately. First, the Mitharans lock us out, and now the camp's being targeted by random attacks. Looks like Niskaru frenzies, if you can believe that. And I thought we left all the trouble back east. It started as a single tent, and now it's a city unto itself. They call it Revival because the people here are hoping for a new start. Most are settlers hoping to find a new life beyond the gates. Others are veterans of the war, broken souls looking for a bit of peace. They hired our Oathblades to keep them safe. Let's just say it was a much bigger job than we anticipated. My teachers always said they were a myth, ancestors of the All-Main. But they're no myth. They live right here in these mountains, tucked away like a cat in a drawer. They don't take too kindly to outsiders, though. Closed the gates to their city as soon as they saw us coming. Well, that's what we call them anyway. Whole packs of the things. Agitated in a kind of bloodlust we've never seen before. It's all the chaos magic in the air. Some fool in the city thinks he's Telogris, and he's been working his followers into a froth. Telogris, the Chaos King? God of Unrest? Lord of Entropy? Please. What we need is less of the chaos spectacle and more hands hunting these Niskaru. That's how we make camp safe again. Who, that nutbat calling himself Telogris? Oh, sure. He saws past on his fancy lizard every few days, checks things out. He and his little cult spend most of their time behind the city walls plotting. Agarth? No. Can't say that I know that name. Of course, we get hundreds of settlers and travelers through here now that the path's been cleared. Fancy yourself an Niskaru hunter, do you? Well, I won't turn you down. I can even offer you a bit of gold for your trouble. If you survive. I was just readying a mission into the caves. The Freehold's a favorite den of the Niskaru. It's up the cliffs a ways. You can tag along if you like, but try not to get in my way. Stay out. Like this snow?
Hey there. Are you here to purchase goods from the Sundry, or do you need to set up an account with the warehouse? Augur is in trouble, that's for sure. But how to prove it?
I'll never understand how people see freedom in his promises of anarchy and fear. Yes, no fate, but no security either. I started in the Purderi in Rathir. Imports and exports mostly. We brought in goods from across the Forian Strait. Business dried up with the war and the blockades, and it felt like time to try something different. A new adventure. Ah, that old ruffian. Yeah, he didn't steer you wrong. I've had some trouble. Theft, little looting, even arson. Somebody is trying to cause trouble here in Revival, and Kirby and I have our suspicions about who it is. Even now, there's a missing supply cart out there somewhere. If Kirby sent you to help me, you can start by finding that cart. All right then.
Stay out of trouble. Really?
What do you want? There you are. I wanted to thank you properly. Please take this. One small token of my gratitude. Now listen. I have an idea. I want to set a trap for these bastards. Catch them in the act. We can use the card you recovered, but we'll need explosives. Cave kobolds carry bombs with them everywhere. I've seen it. I'd explore the caves near here, and you might stumble on something. All right then.
Stay out of trouble.
You've done it. Excellent. Give me the bombs. I devised a plan while you were gone. A good one. I'm going to pack my next supply shipment with explosives, but I'll act like it's a collection of my best inventory. I'll plan to leave tomorrow morning and park the cart along the warehouse. And then we wait. The thieves won't be able to resist, but when they come to loot or sabotage the goods, boom! Meet me behind the warehouse at sundown. Don't be late. Watch out for cultists.
Hello there.
Hello.
Nice to see you. I'm not talking. And what do you want? Do you really think I'll start gabbing to some stranger? You don't even live in Revival. Go on, do your worst. I know, you're right, he doesn't. He treats me like dirt. All he cares about is sucking up to Telogris. I'm nothing to him. That's right. I was only following orders. And I was afraid for my life. Nobody crosses Olga. He's cruel and he's merciless. Okay, fine, please. You don't need to make threats. I'll talk. I never meant to hurt anyone. Olga wants to sow division and distrust, to convince his followers that it's time to leave for Telogris' city. But people are too afraid, too worried to leave Revival behind for the unknown. They think they want freedom, but they're afraid of the price it'll cost them. Whatever.
Hello there.
Regardless of what the Fatesworn say.
Are you stuck here too? Who are you?
The Prophet isn't giving handouts. You either work for the cause, or you can take a walk. Understand? Buzz off! Stay out of trouble. Move along, no need to stop.
You're mine.
Take this. stained all the way up here. I don't understand, and I don't like it. Something strange about all this. Do you recognize those markings? Chaos worshippers. We should take a look around. Well, well, well. You must be the one putting the fear of Lyria into all of Revival's troublemakers. Can't say I blame you. But I pride myself on an orderly camp, and I can't have people doling out justice whenever they feel like it. Not even you. McGowan is my responsibility, and if he's using his power to terrorize the people he's meant to protect, he needs Fatesworn punishment. We tend to punish ours a bit more harshly than most. He'll get a lashing, a brand, and we'll turn him loose from our ranks. Unless you think he's had enough. Wise and merciful. That isn't always our way, but sometimes leniency can make a difference. As for you, if anyone else asks you to pick a fight for them, say no. In any other situation, that guy would be locked up for madness, or in a carnival somewhere. He's slippery, though. You have to watch him closely. He holds a lot of sway in this camp. We arrived when it was only a few tents, a circle of wagons. Now it's practically a village. Has a mayor and everything. If you need anything, talk to Finola. They call her Mayor Flanagan. Spent most of my time in Apatir, at Ironfast Keep. A desert rat. Don't know how I feel about all this snow and ice yet. This was a big job, so Fatesworn promoted me to acting Amalur. I run security for the whole camp. A gnome. Don't see many of those out here. She's a solid sort, reliable. Anything that comes through the camp eventually finds its way to Finola. Don't let her sweet act fool you. I've been fighting the Chaos Beast since I was old enough to hold a sword. You could say it's my life's work. So imagine how I feel about all this Telogris business. Quite the mix of people. You'd be surprised. There's even a large cluster of Telogris followers, folks hoping he can give them a chance at a better fate. I wouldn't count on it. Their leader's a bloke named Olga. Pretty shady, if you ask me. A prophet in his own mind. A real god of chaos here? Don't count on it. He's just some local kid with delusions of grandeur. He knows a good opportunity when he sees one. You're everywhere. I'm not sure if I like it. Wherever you go, trouble seems to follow. I suspect you hear that a lot. Oh well. I spoke with Oathblade Kirby, and according to him, I owe you a debt of gratitude, and a bit of coin. Just try to restrain yourself from now on. I can't have too many rogue warriors running around this camp. Olga was bad enough. I don't need a book to tell me what's going on. The Preordained are using chaos magic to summon Niskaru. We need to search the Freehold for any more of those cultists, and oust them. I'm thorough. Where did that come from? I figured it out. You've got to kill all the Niskaru before closing the rift. Find the rift and close it. Hurry! Well done. Hopefully that'll keep that at bay. At least for a while. Looks like you have to slay all the Niskaru before trying to close those rifts. Move fast or risk getting overrun. I've got a bad feeling that the Preordained have gotten into the Freehold somehow, even with the guards. Come on! Certainly short-handed before you arrived. We'll take any help you can give us.
close.
You're mine. Breathe out my nuts.
It's close.
You're mine. Fate is finished. You're mine.
Take this!
Fate is finished. Your soul is mine.
Take this!
Come, Logris. Is coming.
Certainly short-handed before you arrived. So many, Niskaro. They're coming from the rifts. There's a rift around here somewhere. I'm certain of it. rift around here somewhere. I'm certain of it. I don't like the idea of a chaos rift. Not one bit. Iskaru will keep coming until we close the rift. What did you say your name was again? I've never seen fighting like that. And I've seen my fair share. 20 years in the Warsworn, but nothing even comes close. I'd have been a goner if not for you. This place, it's not just a ruin. Not anymore. It's been corrupted by something darker. This isn't just about Niskaru. I recognize some of these bodies. They're settlers who disappeared from camp. And they weren't killed by monsters. These are sacrifices. Chaos magic by the markings. I'd say this was part of some ritual. Perhaps it was used to summon the Niskaru. There have been rumors of a chaos death cult in this region, but I have yet to see any hard proof of it. Until now. Over the last few weeks, alone or in pairs, their people didn't even seem to raise a fuss about it. It looks like they've been made offerings. But to what? To Logris? I don't want to believe it, but this scene suggests something very deliberate. Niskaru don't kill like this. This may be the work of Chaos fanatics, of the followers of Telogris. They'll do anything to seek his favor. Now, take this with some skepticism, but there are stories of a chaos cult operating in these mountains. Devout disciples of Telogris. They call themselves the Preordained, some reference to their destinies as mercenaries and killers. They have the whole region on edge. I can only guess at what madness leads people down such a path. But the Preordained, and even some of the settlers, believe that fate binds us, traps us. They believe in Telogris' mad dream of destroying destiny, for everyone. They're willing to sacrifice a small number of people for the greater good, to weaken the web holding us all together. It's all a bit grand in scale for a lowly warsworn like me. Yes, you do. From what I've seen, you're the only one with a reasonable chance to stop what's happening. I lied before, and I'm not proud of it. I have seen Agarth the Fateweaver. He came through camp several days ago. I didn't know if I could trust you. Out here, you never know whom you can trust. If you can get beyond the walls, try the village, Gale Crossing. You'd want to stop there for resupply before heading into the mountains. Hey,
Careful over there.
Do not fear me, my people, for I have traveled through death and madness to be here. Here for you. I am Telogras, god of chaos and liberator of your mortal souls. The lives you have been living are lies. Lies like those my enemies have told about me for generations. It ends now. Together, we will remove the scales to reveal the truth. That fate is what binds you to your miseries. And that chaos is simply another word for freedom. Come, join me. We will build a new destiny together.
Oh, it's you. Good day to you. Yours is a face I've not seen before. Listen, would you perhaps be willing to part with your teeth? Just a few, 2 or 3. I studied with the mages in Rathir, but they asked me to leave. Apparently, they were very uncomfortable with someone collecting their stool samples without their knowledge. The gnomes in Odessa wouldn't take me. Too tall. All I've ever wanted is to study the living form. To understand and grow. If it takes a few hundred innocent lives, so be it. Don't look at me like that. I'm from Apatir originally. Can't say I like the snow much, or the heights. The cold preserves the bodies better though, so you can store a good number of them. If you happen to have the right spot. Like a secret cave, or a... Incredible creatures. Pure chaos magic. Can you believe that? The best thing about them is that they're thoughtless monsters. Bloodthirsty beasts with no true soul or conscience. Nobody cares if you take them apart. It It's as good a place as any. I can blend in, get lost in the sea of faces. Not as good as a big city, but good enough. You'd be surprised how few people like having an anatomist around. It's always, put that nose down, or is that blood? I like the mayor well enough, but I'm saying it now. Dibs on a skull. Oh, it's not just teeth. No, I'll take most organs. Some appendages, blood or sputum, but it has to be in a container. Something portable. I'm an anatomist, a searcher, and one cannot pass through the portals of knowledge unless one has the proper doors open before her. That means I need bodies, preferably dead ones. My latest paper deals in the anatomy of the Niskaru, a controversial topic to be sure, especially since I've never seen one. Listen, if you ever find yourself close to a Niskaru's mouth and you're not about to perish, collect its fangs for me. You know what they say. The teeth are the windows to the mouth, I guess. That's very reassuring. I've asked nearly everyone else in camp, and I've become quite the pariah. If only everyone had your penchant for corpse harvesting. Science.